The Rubio surge. Now, let me tell you a story we ran in Ring of Fire this week, and that is the fact is we look at numbers. Okay, when we do a story on a candidate, we know who's interested, who comes to that story, what are the numbers, is it 10,000, is it 15,000? We see Rubio's numbers. When we do a Rubio story, it's a yawn. Nobody is paying attention to Rubio except the mainstream corporate, MBA media. Why do they pay attention to Rubio? Because they want more controversy. They want Rubio yelling at Cruz, yelling at Trump, Trump yelling at Cruz, yelling at Huckleberry. It's all a big fantasy show.
It's professional wrestling.
Yes.
Is really what it is. They're trying to make the entire political process into the WWE. And I think you said the most important thing is Marco Rubio is surging because the media says that he's surging.
And it's a lie.
You
know it is. We at Ring of Fire, we follow the stories. When we post the stories, all we have to do is look at the number. How does a Rubio story even compare to a Lindsey Graham story? It's a mismatch.
Rubio is so fun to watch because he is so unprepared for everything. I mean, the man has no idea what he's talking about. He always looks confused. We go back to the little clip of him grabbing the water. That wasn't because he was thirsty or parched. He was desperate to think for a second, and he can't do that on the fly. At least Ted Cruz, who is dumb as a brick, but he won't miss a beat, man. He will keep talking. He doesn't know where the sentence is going to go, but by God, he's going to have a fun time on that ride.
Okay, so Rubio here has this organization that everybody has criticized. It's an organization that has no ground game at all. The story that Gary Leggum with Salon did a great story on this. His ground game is to have his people show up at Starbucks and run their ground game from the Starbucks with a Wi-Fi. And in Rubio's mind, this is like Starbucks is still hip. And so here you've got these characters that are running Rubio's campaign. It's in total disarray. They have no ground game. In Iowa, they're saying this guy doesn't even show up. I mean, we don't even know. He's never even made an appearance, more than a couple of times. But the media grabs that and says Rubio is in the midst of a surge. Nothing is bigger lie than I've heard on that issue in months. It's remarkable.
Rubio is in a solid, maybe fourth place. That's not a surge when you have two complete buffoons ahead of you in Donald Trump and Ben Carson. Let's not, that doesn't even include Ted Cruz, who is also consistently ahead of Rubio. I mean, look, Marco Rubio probably hasn't gone to Iowa because he's probably wasted all of his money. He doesn't have campaign offices set up because the man is horrible with money. I mean, we have done that story 1,000 times about how he spent the Republican Party's money on stereo equipment for his car. He spent it on a $300 haircut, on liquor for a party. He took his family on a vacation with their money.
Here's what happened. He stole money from the GOP. He's a thief, and he stole money from the GOP. The GOP would not investigate it because they were hoping that he would run for president, and they didn't want to tarnish him. But there's no question the people that did the investigation had to conclude he's a thief. He stole money. He thought he was going to get away with it, and he got caught. But this is a guy that, can you imagine 30 years ago the Republican Party saying, yeah, he's a serious contender. Let's prop him up. What it is they're trying to say, well, he's young and we're going to bring the youth vote. What 20-year-old in their right mind sees any appeal to Marco Rubio? But anyway, mainstream media says he's in a surge. Huge lie. Farron, thanks for joining us. Okay, we're out of time.
All right, thank you.